Can a former president claim immunity in a federal election interference case? This question may seem like a plot from a political thriller, but it's far from fiction. It's a complex legal question that is currently being decided by the United States Supreme Court in the case of former President Donald Trump. This saga began when a case was first filed against Trump, charging him with obstructing Congress and defrauding the government in his actions to overturn the 2020 election results. The trial was initially set for March 4, 2024, but the journey to this date has been anything but straightforward. In late December 2023, the Supreme Court decided not to expedite the case. Instead, it allowed Trump's appeals to proceed through the Federal Appeals Court in Washington, D.C. This decision came despite requests from special counsel Jack Smith for the Supreme Court to fast-track the process. The appeals court, however, ruled that Trump is not immune from prosecution. This ruling led to an appeal to the Supreme Court, which agreed to hear Trump's claim of presidential immunity in late February 2024. The court will hear arguments in April and then issue a ruling, potentially delaying the case for months. This decision has sparked a flurry of debate both within and outside the legal community. 19 former military officials, including 9 generals, 6 admirals, and 4 service secretaries, filed an amicus brief in the Supreme Court arguing against granting Trump legal immunity. They warned that such immunity could lead to chaos in military operations, damage public trust in the armed forces, and hinder the peaceful transition of power. They also highlighted potential threats to U.S. national security and the country's standing in the world. So, where does this leave us? As it stands, the Supreme Court is preparing to hear arguments on whether a former president can claim immunity in a federal election interference case. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications, not just for Trump, but for the office of the presidency itself. In summary, the key points of this ongoing legal saga are: a case was filed against former President Trump for his actions to overturn the 2020 election results. The Supreme Court declined to fast-track the case, allowing it to proceed through the appeals court. The appeals court ruled that Trump is not immune from prosecution. The Supreme Court agreed to hear Trump's claim of presidential immunity. 19 former military officials have filed an amicus brief against granting Trump immunity. As the world watches, the Supreme Court will weigh in on this historical case. Regardless of the outcome, its decision will undoubtedly leave an indelible mark on American jurisprudence and the presidency. This is a story that continues to unfold, a narrative that is as riveting as it is consequential.